What do you think these guys waliamka sana? Alafu sasa wewe ili tuende kukoma. Alafu sasa sisi Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 31 Media KE. This is Kimani Waraitha and this is the Hot Discussion. And the podcast today we are going to discuss Laikipia local politics, and I do not know whether time is going to allow us to discuss all the levels of governance, but I hope we are going to make time for this discussion to be complete. In the studio today, I have my friend Nderitu Mureithi, aspiring senator. Wasira Wageshashe has not joined us yet, but he's going to join us later. And when he joins us, I'm going to accommodate him into the podcast. But in the meantime, I just have my friend Nderitu Mureithi, who is going to greet you, and then we are going to delve and dive into the details of the podcast. Welcome and subscribe, share and like our content. And thank you very much for the new followers that we have been able to get since we started this podcast. May God bless you. Bwana Nderitu.
It is a great weekend, viewers, Media 31. I'm very happy to be here this afternoon, and I'm sure we are going to discuss Laikipia local politics in a way that you and I will have our minds opened and we will learn a thing or two. Thank you so much.
Welcome so much, Bwana Nderitu Mureithi. We have the politics from the governor, from the senator. We go all the way to the women rep, to the member of parliament. We're going to be discussing each word at a time for every podcast, so that we can look at the local politics affecting our ward. But for now, because we have not been able to do our research very well, I want us to start from the top, Bwana Nderitu.
Yes.
You see, we elected Governor Joshua Irungu for the second term, and things are going the way they are going. And I do not know what to say about his term in office, right from the first one and the second one. But I believe you have something to say about the work that he has been doing. I know you can compare him, his tenure, with that one of Governor Nderitu Mureithi. But before I give you that opportunity, I want you to tell us, is Laikipia moving in the right direction?
Laikipia is not moving in the right direction. Paperwork is very great. We have coffee that is being distributed. But unfortunately, we do not have what we call long-term policies that will leave what we call the test of time. But Waraitha and our viewers, Laikipia is vast. Laikipia is endowed with natural resources. Laikipia can be the epicenter of farming and tourism in Kenya. But unfortunately, the leadership we have is not laying for the foundation that will put what we call natural resources that we have, not only to the maximum benefit, but also in a way that can be used in future as well as today by the generations that we have. Right.
Thank you very much, Bwana Nderitu. You have said that Laikipia is a vast county, and we have a lot of resources, and I believe you. Although they normally say that Laikipia West is the one that is quite endowed by natural resources and a good climate for farming, but I believe that Laikipia is generally a very rich county. By the way, Bwana Nderitu, do you know that Israel is the size of Laikipia?
Good. At least you've told me that. I didn't know that.
Laikipia is almost bigger than Israel.
Okay.
So you can imagine, and Israel is a desert. And those guys have been able to change Israel from a desert into a very, very productive country, one of the best agriculturally productive countries in the world. So when it comes to natural resources, we have what it takes. We have rivers. Yes, sometimes we experience drought, yes, but Israel does experience drought as well. There are some semi-arid areas in Laikipia, but well, Israel is majorly an arid area. So I don't think that we have an excuse. I believe we have every resource that we require in order to move the county forward. Let me pose this question to you. Do you think Laikipia is getting its fair share of the national cake?
Before I answer that, I would like to add something little on what you said. What exactly do you produce as Laikipia County? Devolved functions include agriculture. Laikipia is a major producer of maize. And I am very proud of our governor. He's introducing coffee as an alternative farming crop. My friends, tomatoes in Laikipia are major employers of not only the young people in Laikipia, but I've seen people rise in 3-4 years. Somebody is a multi-millionaire. But that being a devolved function, I would like to put to you, my viewers, I'm sure you know the basis of agriculture. One is the availability of fertilizer. The people of Sipili, the people of Olmoran, in fact, it is very difficult. Unless you know somebody, you will not get access to fertilizer. I have tried it. Last year I tried getting fertilizer. This year I tried getting fertilizer. I was not able to access that fertilizer, even if we had some little one that had come to Kinamba. Viewers, if somebody of my capacity cannot access fertilizer, what about that person in, say, Umande? What about that person in Umereria? That is why I'm saying the governor and his team need not only to come up clearly, the policies they have, they should not be in quotes that you have to know somebody to benefit from what we have in Laikipia County. And again, we talk about maize. Drying part of it, when it rains, like this year we're blessed with rain, even now it is raining. Dryers we have around, but people don't benefit from those services unless, of course, you know somebody else. And again, the road networks that we have. Somebody in Karomaindo, somebody in Olmoran, somebody in Doldol, somebody in Mataja. My friends, the road networks are not passable at all. The county government of Laikipia must ensure that we have a state-of-the-art road network, so that if you're blessed with this, say, cabbage, it will not take you a week or two before you access the market. We go back to what you called a fair cake of the national resources. If we are not able to implement the little we have, do you know how much, Bonaraida, let me pose that to you, since the devolution came in 2013, do you know how much Laikipia County has received?
I remember during the first term of Governor Irungu, it was something like 3 billion. I do not have the actual figures, but I remember there was a complaint that Laikipia had not received the devolution fund. But during Governor Nderitu Mureithi tenure, I believe he received quite some substantive amount of money from the government, and we saw Governor Nderitu doing a lot of work. It is during Governor Nderitu that we saw the street lighting. When I talk about my local village, Kinamba, my local town, Kinamba, we saw him implement the street lighting, although he just did it partially. He also had started before he was not given the second term. He had started the water project, and when you go to these satellite shopping centers and townships within within Laikipia, you will see a lot of development that was implemented during Governor Nderitu's time. Putting of cabros, street lighting. There was that project of smart towns initiative. And I remember we were actually counties were coming to benchmark in Laikipia about the smart towns initiative. And I have heard that some other counties ran away with it and they are doing a very good job out of it. But generally, Laikipia County is a big county and it does not have a big population as such. And I hear that the devolution money is given out according to the population. However, I believe that the amount of money that the governor is receiving from the national government, he is able to do a very good job. I do not know whether he is doing enough. And I also have a problem with the county headquarters. I wonder why the road between Rumuruti and Nanyuki has not been done. Since the time I started hearing that road between Rumuruti and Nanyuki is going to be done, has been quite some time. Yet it is impossible for you to travel from Rumuruti to Nanyuki direct. Yet it is a 40 to 50 minutes drive if the road was good. And that is where my question had come. Do you think, Senator, that Laikipia is receiving its fair share of the national cake?
Thank you, Bonaraida. That is where we marry what you call the county government and the national government. What is work of the senator? What is work of the local MPs that we have? It is the members of parliament and the senator who go and lobby to get funds and resources from Nairobi. If you elect a senator whose only work is to sleep, if you elect a member of parliament whose only work is to sing either one term or two term, I am not in either way, whichever side you are, whether you are singing two term or one term. Like you said, before Uhuru left office, we saw that road being flagged off. It was to be constructed. The one from Rumuruti.
The Rumuruti Nanyuki road. Yeah.
Higher. What happened today? Where we are, Kenamba, Matwiku, Mwenje, that road was commissioned. In fact, we were told in a year or two, it will be tarmacked. Go to Nyahururu Kaiti. We have a road that has been promised. In fact, there are so many promises that have been made. But our members of parliament, the senator, what exactly do they do in Nairobi? Do they do enough follow-up in courts? You know the Bible is very clear. The violent take it by force.
Yes.
The violent take but by force.
Yes.
In fact, nature is very clear.
So
it is the strong who survive.
So to cut you short, you're saying that Laikipia does not receive its fair share of the national cake because we have very weak leaders. Is that what you are saying, Bonagaduo?
Exactly, that is what I'm saying. When there was that clarion call of one man, one vote, and I was shocked to see our members of parliament and senate at that time. They went and took side with the current executive in courts. And that idea left and was thrown into the dogs. My friends, the much they could have done is to keep quiet when that discussion was taking place. If you wanted to go to bed with the executive, you cannot go to bed on a policy that will come and benefit where you have been elected to go and represent. The people of Kiambu, the people of Mandera, the interests are quite different from Laikipia. Laikipia, unlike Mandera, is an agricultural area. Laikipia, unlike Kiambu, has a lot of ranches and courts.
Yeah.
Therefore, when you are talking as a member of parliament elected in Laikipia, at some place you'll meet that you're aligning with your vision and that of the people of Kiambu are in quotes lining up. In another instance, your vision and that of Mandera, the people of Mandera, arid area or semi-arid for that matter, you have places like Doldo where rain is not reliable at all. So when those people are demanding for dams, you should be there demanding for dams. But you come to Laikipia West, it is not a requirement, it is not a necessity.
I had the president promising us markets, and
Bwana Raitha.
how many markets
Bwana
have been
Raitha.
constructed since the promise?
There, he came here and stood right here in Kinamba. We were promised a market in Kinamba, a market in Sipili, a market in Rumuruti, a market in Nyahururu, a market in Nanyuki. Bwana Raitha, markets are devolved function.
Hiyo ni kazi ya governor.
True. That one should be left to the area MCAs. We have much more important issues that could be handled by the president.
Yeah.
But again, they were just looking for what we call content. Not exactly what will benefit you and I.
Popularity.
Nairobi. Yeah. Populist policies.
Yeah.
If I may call them so. Yeah.
I don't think that Governor Joshua Irungu is going to run for another term. I think the constitution bars him from running for another term. You considered the number of people who want to run for that seat. Have you done your research? Which people want to run for the seat of governor, and how many people do you think qualify for that seat? And how many out of the many people who want to contest for that seat for the gubernatorial, how many do you think qualify, and do you think will do a good job, a better job than Nderitu Mureithi, a better job than Governor Joshua Irungu?
Those who have declared so far, it is a year and a half to the general elections. Therefore, any serious candidate by this time should be busy hitting the road. We have Koinange Wahome, the current
Is the current DG.
Yes,
Yeah.
not deputy governor,
Yeah.
county secretary.
County secretary. Yeah, county secretary.
We have Kuria, is from here, is Ipili, but he resides in Nanyuki. We have Mr. Gitogo. We have Ketu Aruguru, though we do not exactly know whether she has not come out clearly and strongly. Those are the front runners so far. Bwana Koinange Wahome, Mr. Kuria, Mr. Gitogo, Ketu Aruguru.
The governor's position is a position that requires a performer, somebody who is able to use resources for the betterment of the county. We are not accusing the former governors and even the current governors of misusing our funds, because we do not have any evidence to that fact. A governor is somebody who is able to use little resources and do mighty things with little resources. I believe that no matter how much money you receive from the national government, you should be able to budget for that money and do some projects that are going to leave a lasting impression on the people that you govern. Out of those contestants that you have mentioned, which one of them do you think fits the bill to become our governor? I only know Koinange. Personally, I know Koinange, but we have not interacted so much, but we have interacted one-on-one on several occasions. I have never met Gitogo personally, and he is being mentioned quite a lot on the social media. I have not heard about the other guy that you have mentioned, but I believe also Nderitu is running.
He is running, he's there. As a political scientist and an economist, it is good to have a comparison based on something in quotes. I would like to use Nderitu Mureithi as our parameter of performance in this discussion, even if he's not the best that we got in Laikipia. I believe Bwana Joshua Irungu, unless he ups his game, he will not meet what Nderitu Mureithi did in his first term. Haya, Koinange Wahome, the current county secretary. He's a good gentleman. I've met him not once or twice. But can he be able to clean himself from the mess that Joshua Irungu has done? And I'm not saying that Joshua Irungu is not a performer per se. Like you mentioned about the smart towns in Nderitu Mureithi, there's nothing of that sort that we can refer. We have no what we call flagship project that Joshua Irungu has.
But I was hearing his team bragging about building so many ECD centers. They affect the local populace Pasi.
ECD centers are good, they are devolved functions. But I would ask you, in Kinamba, in Olmoran, in Malmanet, Laikipia West Pasi, Where have you come across an ECD center that, okay, they are there, but exactly what in a quotes, when you talk about the Singapore dream that we had discussed earlier, do you think ECD are a major component of what we call moving our county forward?
Growth
per se. Production is a basis. In fact, the biggest key to development in any nation or county is production.